Good morning, Danse. Welcome back to the Seven Generation Podcast. Today's episode is a behind the scenes conversation with Mitch, Brian, and Jaren from the Seven Gen team and public relations. Over the past months, these guys have been busy from National Aboriginal Addictions Awareness Week through multiple projects and events right up to the lead into Christmas. A lot of the work that happens in media and public relations isn't always seen. So today we wanted to slow things down and talk about that stretch, what that stretch really looked like, the workload, the teamwork, the challenges, and the moments that made it meaningful. This is just an honest conversation about the work, the pace, and the purpose behind it. Let's get into it. So, for starters, for the listeners tuning in, can each of you briefly introduce yourselves and what you've been focused on lately?
No.
Nah.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mitch Lewis. A lot of you probably know who I am already. Been a part of this since I want to say February, but I'm going to say March. And my main focus right now, I settled into an office. Been trying to. It's been a busy month. Been all over the place. No, the galas, Now week. Now week was a pretty rough one. Tiring. It was good. And right now we're just trying to focus on getting through to the holidays. Trying to come up with a whole bunch of new content, plans that we got coming for the live stream. So it's gonna be good. I hope.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy
Hey,
birthday,
hey.
young man. Mitch
Uh,
just turned
22.
19.
He told me 21.
Okay, Jaren.
Hi. I am the media and marketing supervisor for Onion Lake Cree Nation. I am stationed at the band office here in the beautiful community. Same boat. I've been very busy, like trying to keep up with my emails nonstop with content and not only that, like the website too and the app. Been working hard on that. The urban Christmas dinners, I've been doing the Santa photos for the past, I'll say 3 years, 2 years. And every year we have a different system, and that's with the rec. And this year it's been pretty smooth because we have the right equipment this time. As of right now, though, the website, it's been steady. We do have the new employment portal on there too, which is like essentially our own, Onion Lake Indeed, which is pretty cool. Like our current system, I've been getting job postings, then we just post them on our Facebook page, and it's all right. Like it's a good system, but like, we gotta get with the times. Have our own portal, which is good. Post our jobs on there. What else? The scouts team. I've been very busy with the scouts. So even that, prior to me getting this job, I was the media guy for the scouts, and now that I got this job, it's just added more to my table, which is all right because I can go out and hire people to help me out with that. So right now I'm kind of looking for someone that too can help me with pictures and posters and edits. So if you're looking for some work, reach out, message me on Facebook. But the 7 Gen crew have been a big help with that, their B-roll team and editing team. So it's a good system there. What else? What else? I think that's it for me. I just can't wait. Can't wait for the holidays.
Like what? Mr. Misto.
My turn. My turn. As you guys all know me, Brian. I'm with the 7 Gen live stream crew, and kind of like a supervisor, crew lead, coordinator, everything else. Scott Bill, Andres. Yeah, just like I got my. I'm all over the place. I'm really busy as well. Then we just started, like Darren was mentioning a little while ago. We just started working with Black Bear TV for the scouts. We no longer see them on 7 Gen page. From now on, we got to go in through Black Bear TV to watch their games on TV. But that doesn't mean you can't come to the arena and watch them live. Pretty good. Yeah, just really busy with a lot of things that's going on with the res. National Addictions Awareness Week. We kicked off November with like an addictions panel, kind of like a story, testimonies from local people that been through hardships in life. And then we went right into National Addictions Awareness Week, and we did another panel on addictions. We had residents in recovery come in. So like I kind of take care of that stuff too, and I want to do one in the future here, in the near future. I'm thinking like the 30th or something like that in the evening for depression. I want to kind of hit all aspects of underlying issues of addictions is my goal. It's a goal that I want to get to, and to create something that runs efficiently and constantly throughout a year is a goal that I want to achieve. So that's a little bit about what I am about, and yeah, we'll kick her back over to Frazier.
Hi, hi. So next question, I think we kind of touched on this, but I think it's really important to kind of highlight this and emphasize this. And I'll let you guys take it from here. How would you describe the past month in terms of workload and pace?
Kind of
Where to
nonstop
begin?
and go. Yeah, heavy. It's been long days. It's been long days. It's been constant. Um, but like it's for a short period of time. It's for from now week until the holidays, right? With now week and then everything in between, and then the Christmas concerts and everything that we got to deal with to hockey games. I think it's going to be a little bit of alleviated a bit into January, but it's been really busy.
Next.
Yeah, that it's been so busy, but the one thing that I think kind of it's the final product versus the work that goes into it. It's a lot of work, but when you look at everything that you've done at the end of the day, it's kind of helps with that. Knowing that you were a part of this, bringing this to the community. And there's some days where I think we worked, I don't know, like 13, 14 hours.
Oh yeah.
But by now, I think pretty much all of us are used to that.
Yeah.
Like, especially going from when we first started to now, like just in that last month alone, it's been busy for both the live stream crew and then me being moved up, and then it's a whole new workload. You're managing the crews, you're managing all of this. But it's all, for me, it's the final product is the one that really makes it a lot easier to deal with, because you're looking back at it and you're like, we did this,
Mhm.
we put in that work and we brought this to the community. We were able to provide that for them. And just knowing that makes it a lot easier to deal with the amount of work that we do. That's about it.
Hi, Jaren.
Let's put it this way. I just got my wisdom teeth taken out last week. I tried going back to the office the same day. But the next day, I had to I was committed to do the Santa photos in Edmonton at the urban dinner. So like even that, like I still went and got it done. Um, I was in pain, but I'm proud of what I do, and it is a lot of hours. But at the end of the day, like we're coming up with a product for the community, and we're providing.
And it's a good product.
It's a good product, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to let you guys do the talking on this question or this part. Because from my perspective, and I don't think the community really realizes this, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into what this program is doing. In every area of our program, we have multiple branches under this umbrella, and I know everybody's grinding. Um, the demand is high, the workload is heavy, but at the end of the day, it's I don't think anybody's being forced to do anything here. It's just people kind of driving themselves, their own drive, their own passion and compassion, I guess, for our community, which is why I think everybody's grinding so hard. I see the work these guys do, and I see what time the day ends for them. Not just these guys, but all our whole crew, especially the younger ones that are kind of out there on the front lines. They do a they do a lot of good work for us, for the community. And I don't know, I just it's I don't think they realize. I don't know if maybe I didn't express it, or like I don't know how to express it properly, but I just want them all to know that I'm really thankful and just really proud of everybody on this whole crew for all the work that they're doing. And like I mentioned, it's them doing it on their own. It's by choice. So I think that's really important to get out there to highlight that. At one point I was doing that, like last year when we first started this program. There's only two of us, like a handful of us doing all of this. So I get it. I understand 100%. um and like I'm really grateful for all the extra help in this program, because for a handful of people it's too much to sustain at that level that we're currently operating at. So all the credit to these guys. And everybody sees it. Like, I think that's one of the best things about this program is our work is fully transparent. Like, people could see it on our lives, on our pages. It you know it speaks for itself, all the work, but all the work behind the scenes. There's a lot of work behind the scenes, and that's where these guys come in. And us as viewers, we don't see that or really realize it or can't fully comprehend it. Like Mitch said, always sees the finished product. And we base our judgments or whatever analysis based on what we see, not realizing all the work that's going on beneath the surface. But anyway, yeah, I just want to say you guys are awesome. You guys are appreciated here. But moving on to the next question. Yeah, I think we touched on a lot of these questions already. Um, so I'll bundle this next set of questions up. However, I think we touched on it. But if you guys want to add on to it, go ahead. So starting with now week, moving towards Christmas, what kind of work filled your days? Next question, what did people not see that was happening behind the scenes? And what was the most demanding part of this stretch? So 3 in 1, however you wanna
Yeah.
tackle that.
Yeah. Now week, that was, I want to say it was a headache, but it was kind of, that's like every day, just a little bit more on top of it. Like the biggest part of it for me was trying to manage everyone, put them in the right places, be there on this time, load up the equipment at this time. And then it was so hectic because we were pulling everyone from everywhere. They were given, like, we all knew it was coming, but you're never really prepared for something like that. And so it was a lot of, I need you here. Never mind, I need you here. Someone's got to come here. And it was like every day, start of the morning, 8:30, 8 o'clock, you're already trying to prepare. Some things aren't working out because someone's not showing up here. I don't know where to go. And it's just all happening so fast. And every day and all week. When they did that Cowboys versus Indian games too, I think we had something going on during the day, and then we were scrambling last second. Well, who's gonna do the commentating for the game? Couldn't figure it out, and then so I was standing there. Joseph hands me the headset. Here, I'm gonna go live. So I put it on. Then Willis Janvier walked in, and that guy was pretty good at it. And then right there, I had to leave, and I was like, "Okay, someone's got to do it." And then there's just a lot of scrambling around, and the demand for what we do, especially for now week. Like, I'm grateful for the crew that we managed to pull it off and get every single event so that everyone could see what was going on. But, oh man, that was a headache. Trying to sort everyone out and make sure everyone's here at the right time. But that's lately that's how it's kind of been. It's you never really prepared. You always got to be moved. There's always moving pieces, and sometimes it's stressful trying to manage them and make sure those pieces are going in the right spot. But we did it. We did it. Now we just got to get through these next few days.
Before we go on, don't be negative, you guys.
We
Just
can't
kidding.
edit it out, so you guys.
Who's next? 3 in 1. What kind of work filled your day since now week? Oh, sorry. What did people not see that was happening behind the scenes? And what was the most demanding part of this stretch?
I want to say, like, the coordinating part, like making sure that everything was in the proper place, for equipment wise, making sure that we had the right stuff at the right place at the right time, and then having the right people there, to get one figured out. And then, like, the language revitalization program too. That one took a lot. Um, you know, Added another thing onto our plate, and like getting that one, getting the ball rolling with that. That was another thing that was kind of unseen. The coordinating is unseen. The making sure, like, just all the double checking, the checking and the double checking, the triple checking sometimes of the equipment, making sure that everybody knows where they got to go. And oh man, it's a lot. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of little moving parts that are going on, throughout a day. Um, and it's a lot of, like, good. We got to communicate, like, with Mitch and myself, and with the whole crew. We got to make sure everybody's on the same page. So communication is key. Bringing back, the another thing is, like, bringing information back for the Jaren's team and stuff like that. Like things like that, that's unseen. So yeah, there's so many things that there's a lot of moving parts. And it's long hours. It just so much things on the go. And I know that there's a much needed break coming up here right away. So like I'm kind of excited for it too. I was just saying when I came into this room here a little while ago, I was like, I need a couple days off. I said that to Mitch, and he's like, "You're gonna have a couple days off in a couple days here." So, yeah, exciting,
I
and
was
it's
just
it's really
kidding.
good. I enjoy working. I enjoy working here because like a lot of times it doesn't feel like work, but it's long hours and it's not like real super heavy physically demanding, or it doesn't really feel like work. Everything runs smoothly. It just runs smoothly. um but that doesn't you don't see the all those tiny little technical hiccups that we got to deal with to make everything run smoothly, right? So yeah, that's what I had on my mind
I was
there.
just kidding about the days off.
Okay. Okay.
Aye, J Ron. Just really quick, I'll repeat the question. What kind of work filled your days? What did people not see that was happening behind the scenes? What was the most demanding part of this stretch?
Since nah.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the big things for like myself, for marketing and media is when all these departments come together and we have these meetings for Nah Week, for the Christmas gala and stuff like that. It helps for my team because we have to usually produce the poster, the event poster, and market it. Um, but ever since then, I haven't been doing logos as much as I used to be. Like the last logo I did was the Onion Lake Nah logo. Um, recently, my recent logo was the Preserve Our Language survey logo. Um, even that I had pretty much like I miss it, you know. But I've been delegating with my team, and they've been a big help. So like a lot of times it's a lot of editing because we have a b-roll team now and we have an editing team. So they've been pushing a lot of stuff in our Google Drive, and I'm trying to keep up with it, sharing our images to the community. It takes a lot of time to edit. Like I wish it was three of me. I keep saying that, but like, honestly, I wish it was three of me. One can do posters, one can do logos, and one can edit. But there's only one of me. But at the end of the day, I love what I do. It takes a lot of time to do what I do, and I'm proud of my work. With that, like even Scouts games, I went to, where was that? South of Calgary, their first USPHL game, and that was busy in itself. I had to take one of my crew members with me, the Zai, and she's been a big help with pictures. So, and posters, she's been doing that, teaching her how to do editing. But I'm trying to get her to go into her own realm in logo graphics, graphic design. That's one of the big reasons why I brought her on to the team. But she's a quick learner. Yeah. Other than that, it's a lot of editing, a lot of posting, keeping up to date with the website and the app, the employment portal. Right now, I'm creating a logo for Mikhail Mall, and we're doing a contest for KR 102.5, which you guys have 30 minutes to submit? When's the deadline? Today?
11 p.m.
11?
tonight.
Tonight?
So they
Okay.
have all
They have all day. Okay, perfect. Then who's gonna go through them? Me and you,
day. Yeah.
or should we all go through it?
Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
You want me to go through it?
No,
Go.
me. Yeah.
All of us.
Maybe just me and you. I know these guys are busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably got like 20 logos so far, 20 plus, and they're all good. They're all pretty good. So 3 places, right? First, second, third?
Two.
Two.
Two,
Okay,
yeah.
first, okay, first and second. Exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to add on to what Jaren was talking about with the posters. And that's an important piece of this program. It's an important piece for marketing, advertising, promoting. Um and it's not as simple as it sounds. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of legwork. There's a lot of meetings that you have to make sure you get all the right information from the right people. And then like you said, the logos and the graphic design, making sure everything lines up, making sure everything's finalized by all the key people involved in certain events. um and then the editing, like he said. So I think on the outside looking in, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you actually, start kind of dissecting a poster, there's a lot of legwork that goes into it. And it's time consuming, and that's what Jaren was mentioning. There is actually a huge demand for that. With our program, because we have the 7 Gen and we have all our different programs under our public relations umbrella. And I think one of the goals here is to meet that demand with the posters. We want to start advertising the events that we're doing or the lives that we're doing. We want to start getting posters out for that. And just giving people a heads up as to when they can tune in for which episode or whatever event we're doing. Because right now we're kind of just doing it on the fly, doing it at random times. We're going live. Next thing you know, you see us going live on a certain thing. But we're not really promoting or advertising ahead of time. So I think that's one area we wanna just be able to meet that demand, supply and demand. So like Jaren said, he's looking for some help in that area. Reach out to one of us here. If that's an area that interests you, making posters, graphic design, editing, all the things that he mentioned. If that's something you feel it's a skill set you have, or something you want to develop, or something you're just naturally gifted in, reach out to us and we'll I think there's enough work here to be able to utilize you guys. So reach out. And like I said, we have a lot that goes on here. And like for sure the high level stuff, the nation stuff, you see our posters for that. But at the end of the day, like it all everything we do matters. Especially with our 7 Gen crew, and them being out there. um yeah, I think we want to improve or just meet that demand with advertising and promoting in those areas. So I think with that, we'll move on to the next set of questions here. We'll try to make this quick. I know these guys got to run. I got to run too. I have a meeting here right away. Working together. So how do you stay connected on the same page when things are moving fast? What does teamwork look like for you during busy periods? How important is communication when juggling multiple projects at once?
Yeah, no, it's communication for us is the most important thing, because we need, like, the crew needs to know where they're going. But before we can get to that step, usually me and Brian will figure out who's going to where and what time they have to be there, because there's a certain time that they have to start loading up the equipment, which is usually an hour and a half, but I think it's starting to gradually get to 2 hours because we want to get to an event at least an hour before, an hour and a half, and you want to be set up. I like to get to the point where we're set up half an hour before the event, which will, during that time, you can run your live checks, your audio tests, double check all your batteries, you're charging everything. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, an actual event. And to communicate all of that, that's the most important thing. Every now and then, me and Brian will have a call the night before. We'll plan if we know we got a busy day, we'll try plan everything ahead. For a lot of our crew, they don't follow a schedule; they follow a calendar where I plug in every event and then I'll assign who's going where, and that's kind of, they'll look at it. I'll be like, okay, look, we're here at 1. We gotta load up by 11:30. Be there at 12. Set up, and it takes a while to get to that level of communication, but I think we're still, like, right now we're at a point where communication is good, but there's always room for improvement. So as we keep going, it's just going to get better and better. And yeah, no, communication is definitely the most important part of this whole project. The whole operation relies on everyone being on the same page, everyone knowing where they're going, what time they're going to be there, who's going with them. And yeah, that's one of the things that I've slowly been kind of working on, is who works well with who, because in order to have a good event, you have to have that good team dynamic. You got to make sure these ones are going to work good with each other. These ones are going to work good with each other. And it's been, no, it's been good. From, I want to say it was a month ago when I first, no, 2 months ago, I think, when I started coordinating the live stream crew. We split the teams up into 2, so now we have that capability to be in 2 places at once, streaming at the same time. And that's been a good system. I think our crews, they're getting there. They're doing good. They're putting in that work.
Hi, hi. Brian. I'll just repeat the questions again really quick. How do you stay connected and on the same page when things are moving fast? What does teamwork look like for you during busy periods? How important is communication when juggling multiple projects at once?
Goodness, teamwork, communication, how does it look? I think for one, communication is key. And like Mitch kind of touched on this here a little while ago. We need to have that communication because we need to know who's going to make it that day, right? We need to know who's available to come to work, and then we coordinate that and make sure that site 1 is going to be operational, and then site 2 is going to be operational. Those are not the only 2 sites. We could have a different site where we have like a simple setup that needs to go someplace and stuff like that. And this is only within our community. You know what I mean? um so it's like within our community we are really busy. Communication is key. And like, what does a busy day look like for me? It's like a lot of coordinating, a lot of making sure everything is done, because like I get questions a lot of like, why is this going like this? How can we fix this? What do we do about this? So there's a lot of thinking going on throughout the day of how we can make something run more efficient. And that group dynamics, that has a lot to do with it. If we can get the right person or the right group dynamic that understand, not all if they understand the whole system and how it works together, that would be perfect if everybody could understand that. But I don't think everybody is there yet, but we have enough people where one person understands this, one person understands this, enough of this, enough of this, enough of this. That, like Mitch said, putting that team together to make an efficient item come out onto the stream, then like that's the goal. And if we're able to do that, then we're having a good day, you know what I mean? So like there's a lot of that. And like it's really good. And I want to thank, like I'm really thankful for these young ones, the quick learners, like they're stepping up and doing a good job. And like I'm happy for them, because like it's like Fraser mentioned earlier, like it's they're at their own drive. It's a choice. And I'm really happy for them that they're making those decisions to get up, get to work, and putting those hours and earn themselves a paycheck, right? So it's like I'm happy for them for that. And like it's really good. Like a lot of times it's a lot of long hours. But like the end result is like it's not only you know for myself. It's like helping the younger generation understand, like we're helping them learn work ethics and stuff like that. So it's like we're trying to do something not only for us, but it's like for other generations to come. Right?
Yes, sir. Hi. Jaren, we'll go to you. Oh, there's no Jaren.
Oh,
Where do you go?
It's hiding under the table.
you must have
Okay. Okay, guys.
to run.
I have a ton of more questions here, but we're gonna have to shut it down. Before we go, I have a meeting and I know you guys gotta run. Um we'll do two more sets of questions. So the first set, as things slow down a bit, what are you looking forward to? What kinds of things are you hoping to build or improve in the new year? How do you see the work continuing to evolve?
for I'll start with this one. For the time, like what am I looking forward to while things are slowing down is getting a little bit of like slowing down, might be able to catch up on a little bit of sleep, getting some rest, going into the new year. What are we looking to yeah, how are we looking to evolve? It would be, I think I would like to help everybody understand what a piece of equipment works, how it works, and how it works together with everything else. We could break that stuff down, for the teams to come, or into the new year. Break them down, help them understand everything. Then it kind of alleviates some, I don't know, pressure or stress off of us, because now we don't have to drop what we're doing right here to go and make sure this is done properly over here, right? And then looking forward, how we see it, I think it's is that the third one?
Yeah. How do you see the work continuing to evolve?
Okay. Yeah. How do we see the work continuing to evolve going forward? It's like, I think everything would be, once we get everything in place, all the training up to date, everything like that. People have the background of hours into this equipment, into this job, into this stream. I think everything would just start to run that much more smoother. After we have, like all the experience, this many logged hours, there's an expectation that you should know at least this much stuff, by now, and be able to do something, right? So like I think it would evolve in a good way that way, after having so many hours, behind us. That's what I see in the future of the program evolving. And I think it's going to be so much better, because there's so many things to look forward to, like with the creative writing crew and all that. I think they're coming up with something that's really cool, for the 150th anniversary. So I think that's really cool that they're working on that. Um, and then we probably don't have to worry about that until it's time to do some video footage or whatever. You know what I mean? So they're getting their creative stuff done and then creating something that we gotta put together a video for it, and I think that's cool.
Hey, hey. Mitch.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You can't put that camera on without these. Yeah,
Everyone knows how you look now.
edit that later anyway. What is the first part? Oh, the slowing down. Yeah. Um. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to. I can kind of shift my focus on other things that I've been trying to do. Um. Like, the Stay With Us project. I didn't have much time to do anything with that. We did the presentation for it. The idea was brought forward, but then that was the same time that I got bumped to the supervisor, and now I had this branch that I was ready to work on, but I'm being pulled to all these different branches on the side, trying to get all these things in order. And that's just how it is. It's so busy. Sometimes you have to work over here, over here, and over here. But if it's gonna be slowing down here, looking forward to taking that little break, kind of shifting the focus. Um, what's the second one? What are we?
What kinds of things are you hoping to build or improve in the new year?
Yeah, one of the things I'm hoping we can do is a lot more community involved events. Like when we have those fun nights where we have games and stuff like that, people come on out. Um, Putting up more events where the community can come out and they can be a part of it. I'm looking really forward to doing that. We kind of started that process and it's been good. We had karaoke nights, we had art nights, the big fun night they had during Now Week. That was a big success. We had a bunch of fun there. And yeah, and the one thing that no, I blanked out. What was the third one?
How do you see the work continuing to evolve?
Oh yeah, no, it every day keeps evolving. There's new things every single day that keep adding on, and it's just program is just becoming so much bigger than what it was when it started. And it's fun, it's exciting, but it's also scary because it's growing so fast. We got to start keeping up with it, and we are. And I know it's going to be a lot bigger in a year's time. I'm excited to see where we're going with that. But in terms of involvement, I can't really say much about it other than just take it day by day, and we'll see how it goes.
Hi, hi. Okay, yeah. So there's a lot of people coming to our window here, bugging us, telling us to end it. So I think with that, one last little round table. If you could leave listeners with one takeaway from this past month, what would it be?
Keep going. There's going to be days where you're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted, stressed. It's all going to build up, but you just got to keep going, breathe, don't give up. Keep looking forward to that next day. Give every day 110% because you never know who's watching. You never know what that final product is going to be. And there's a lot of things are going to come your way. Just keep going. You're going to make it.
I got a couple of things here. Like for me, I like to bring value, like to any day, any circumstance. I do my best to bring value. I know I'm not like I'm human, like every once in a while I'm a grouch and everything, but like I like to bring value. I like to show change. And there's something that I heard a while back that kind of stuck with me. It's like the three C's of change. If you don't make a choice, you take a chance on it, and then or nothing's gonna change. You know what I mean? So like I like to say that maybe that one will resonate with somebody. You make a choice on life, you take a chance on it, or nothing's gonna change. Okay.
Hi, hi. Hi, hi, gentlemen. Thanks for doing this. The Naskamun. So I think with that, I want to thank Mitch, Brian, and Jaren for taking the time to sit down and reflect on the past month. A lot of what they shared today happens quietly behind the scenes, but it plays a big role in how stories are told, how events are shared, and how the community stays informed. To everyone listening, thank you for the continued support of 7 Gen and the work we're doing together. That's it for today's episode of the 7 Generation Podcast. We appreciate you tuning in. Hi, hi.
Mustas.